Hey everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is At the Buzzer, and we're joined, as always, by Jack Tiernan, the man who knows a lot about the NBA, where Brian knows absolutely nothing, to talk about the NBA Finals. Jack, how you doing?
And I am good, thank you. And I'm pumped about these finals. We predicted this, and it's come to fruition. I'm not saying that we didn't make this happen, but
Right.
I'm gonna give us some credit. I'm gonna give us
A
some
little
credit.
bit. Yeah, either we followed the very obvious signs or we manifested it. Who's to say?
No big deal.
Yeah. All right, so Jack, Bucks, Suns, NBA Finals. What are your thoughts off the bat?
Off the bat, I think a lot of this is gonna come down. Well, actually, hold on. Before we break it down, I'm a big fan of both of these teams. For different reasons. I think I like the Suns better. I'm kind of on the Brian Maher bandwagon of the Suns.
Yep.
But I know for the sake of the NBA and Giannis's notoriety, I know that there's a lot riding on that for them. And
Yes.
I really like Giannis as a person too. So I think there's a cool like Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton versus like Chris Middleton, Giannis. I almost said Eric Bledsoe. That's not a thing anymore.
Not
Um,
anymore.
Not really. But no, like those are kind of that's the big matchup that's going on here. Um, and I think it's gonna be really fun to watch. I think it's gonna be a really, really fun finals because these are both two kind of scrappy teams that are gonna do what it takes to win. Um,
Yeah. No,
to
I
be
agree.
interesting.
I think really no bad outcome as a fan, as like a casual observer. Obviously, if you're a fan of the Bucks or the Suns, this is like very intense. But for someone like
Yeah.
me, who our team has been out of it for a few weeks now, this is just like entertaining matchup, and I'm pretty
Right.
okay with whoever wins. But of course, I'm gonna be picking my Suns, my surrogate team. If
You've
we win,
adopted
I'll
them.
buy.
You really have.
Yeah, I'll buy a Chris Paul jersey.
Oh no, same. So I get that.
So
Uh,
we'll
I think
see.
I think what's funny about it too is this is really more so like I think the thing that has the most to gain or lose here is probably Chris Paul's legacy, right? Because Giannis is going to have more time to win championships.
Right.
He's in his mid 20s, so he's still got plenty of time left. Devin Booker probably is going to have more time to win more championships. So I mean, I'm not saying this is CP3's last opportunity, but it very well could be.
Kind of feels like it.
Um, yeah, and I think that's kind of the everybody's aware of that, right? So I think the big CP3 guys are rooting for him, obviously too. I think a lot of the NBA fanboys are rooting for that group. Whereas Giannis, I think people like to watch him play, but I think there are a lot of holes in his game, and I think that's kind of been addressed already by the NBA. And what I mean by that is their media presence of him has kind of dropped in recent years, where they thought he was going to develop into something more like what LeBron has been, and he
Right.
kind of has stunted his own growth with his inability to shoot three, and jumpers really in general. But I mean, I think overall going to be a sweet series. With that said, Suns in six.
Suns and six. I like that. So I think you brought up like a really interesting point, especially regarding Chris Paul's legacy. He's taken a route that we don't see a lot of players take. Like the Suns were not like a marquee team for him to sign on to. It's not, like say a Ray Allen in the twilight of his career
Right.
signing with the Heat, where he was certainly a great contributor and he certainly like hit some clutch shots in their
Yes, he did.
championship run. But obviously, like no hate to Ray Allen. I know, it was a little tumultuous end there, but I always have
Right.
love in my heart for what he did in Boston. But we've seen other players who kind of sign on with like the presumably favorites, and then kind of hang on for a ring in the end of their career. But this was really not that, and he's really taken charge and shown that he has a good amount left in the tank, at least for this year, and has impressed me in taking, I guess, the road less traveled. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a great point because you don't see a lot of veteran guards who definitely are out of their prime or seemingly out of their prime. CP3 has proved otherwise.
Right.
But I think you don't see people just hop onto these other teams that are one or two pieces away. They're looking to go like CP3 to the Lakers, CP3 back to the Clippers.
Right.
Granted, that probably wasn't happening, but it's like you said, you see a lot of guys in the twilight of their careers trying to hop onto these marquee teams, and CP3 didn't do that. He went to one of the small market teams actually, and really made a name for himself. The fan base loves him there, and obviously he's going to be a Suns legend no matter what happens. I think in these finals.
I think you're right, especially with like. I mean, they were certainly good in the mid 2000s. You know, we talked about it last time, the Steve Nash years, but this has been
back even, right?
Like, yeah, and obviously Charles Barkley. You know, he's
yeah,
you know, a legend, and they went to the finals with him. But there's been a lot of down years for the Suns of late, so this is really a great, you know, story, something a lot of fans can look to. And I said it a while ago. I just think it would be nice for Chris Paul to win a championship. So
yeah,
we'll see. What would be? So you've obviously made the pick Suns in 6. What would be the main like thing preventing that, or I guess what can the Bucks do to win this championship on their end?
That's a fair point. I think Suns in 6 is actually pretty conservative. I think they could win in 5. It really depends for them, I think, on when and if Giannis is able to play. He's still nursing that hyperextended knee. I don't know if that's going to be a storyline throughout the series. Like, is he going to come back and try to push himself to come back too early and then mess up himself? Or is he going to actually be good and be able to play game 1, even game 2, and play like nothing's wrong, you know? Yeah. I think for the Suns, their biggest roadblock would probably be Chris Middleton or maybe Brook Lopez. If Brook Lopez can bully Ayton in the paint, which I don't really see happening. The only possibility there is that Brook Lopez has veteran like game knowledge, whereas Ayton is still young and kind of green and misses his defensive assignments once in a while. And you can see that because you can see CP3 and D-Book yelling at him and telling him to go, you know, where he's supposed to be. So if you have a guy like Brook Lopez, and especially Giannis, if he's playing, like able to just kind of turn him around in the paint, I think that could be something that kind of starts to shift the momentum from game to game.
Yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from there. I guess, so we've kind of covered like the more practical and more, you know, in-depth side as well as like the fandom side. So it'll be a little silly here, closing it out. As it was pointed out on Reddit, this is where I saw it. Aaron Rodgers owns a piece of the Bucks and Larry Fitzgerald owns a piece of the Suns. What do you think this does for their legacy should their teams win the NBA championship?
Man, I think it's going to make it a lot more awkward in Green Bay if Aaron Rodgers wins a championship and then leaves. But I hopefully Aaron Rodgers. I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers guy myself, and I am definitely a big Larry Fitz guy. So I mean, even more reason to root for the Suns. Am I right? Like Larry Fitzgerald, really good guy. Aaron Rodgers, kind of. I don't know, man. He could be shady. So
I like him, but yeah, he's a lot. He's a lot.
He's a lot. That's a great way to put it. He's a personality, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the definition of a strong personality and why strong personalities can rub people the wrong way, obviously. I think it would be kind of funny for him to win a championship, or rather for the Bucks to win a championship, and that's how he gets another one.
And see ya.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah, and he leaves. But, you know, it's sad to say this, but I do think it's the truth. We talked about it before coming on. This is probably the best shot for Larry Fitzgerald to get a championship at this point. I'm not even 100% sure he's coming back this season. He might. The Cardinals' offense should be pretty stacked, but again, real tough division. Rams and Seahawks, always great. Kyler Murray still young, so I think this is it. So yet another reason to pull for the Suns, as you said.
Seriously, yeah, agreed. I mean, Larry's a consummate professional. I think I would love to see him win some sort of ring, right? That would be nice. Not his sport, but hey, okay, right. Good enough.
Oh man. All right, Jack, is there anything else you want to touch on for the series before we get on out of here?
No, I mean, look, just make sure you're watching this. This is going to be electric. I'm super looking forward to it. I really am rooting for these Suns, man. I'm pulling for them. Pulling for CP3, pulling for D-Book. See these guys win something.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear any of this small market. I'm not going to watch.
No.
It's the NBA Finals. Watch the finals, guys. Come on.
If you're a fan, you're gonna watch these finals.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Jack, where can they find you online?
Best place for all my finals, Celtics, and general NBA takes is Twitter at Jack_Tiernan. I've definitely got some stuff coming up for the finals.
All right, so follow Jack there. Jack, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Brian.
Always, you can follow me on Twitter at TheFakeBMar. That's BMARR. You can follow the channel on Twitter at WickedGoodSport, because I couldn't get Wicked Good Sports because someone else who doesn't use the account has it. The main channel is on YouTube, youtube.com/WickedGoodEverything, on Twitter at WGEverything, Instagram, WickedGoodEverything, Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedGoodEverything, and TikTok. Search us there, where Wicked Good Everything. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.